Hello, Fraternity of Telangana State and my dear children. A warm welcome to today's live English session. Now, children, let's watch the picture. Now, children, you can look at the picture of football game. Are you all looking at the picture? Now, children, let's watch another picture. What picture do you see? It's the picture of chess. In football game, a team is involved in the victory and defeat depends upon the group of players, isn't it, children? It also depends on the team spirit, the coordination among the players, isn't it, children? On the whole, it's a combined effort of all the players. Is it right or not? In the next picture, you could see players sitting opposite to each other and playing chess. The victory or defeat depends on the individual player only. Isn't it, children? I hope you agree with me. Now we could come to know the difference between games and sports. Yes or no? I feel you say yes. Now, let's look at this picture. Picture of pole vaulting. In this chart, you will be looking at, now in this chart, you will be looking at a player playing pole vaulting. Here, you can see that a single player is involved in the game. Here also, the victory or defeat could depend only on a single player. It depends upon his strategy, it depends upon his skill, it depends upon his dedication to the game, it also depends upon his determination. So now, children, you observe a quote on this board. Look at the quote. Dream, dream and dream high, for dreams lead to thoughts and thoughts lead to actions. Now look at another quote. Dare to dream, strive to achieve. Your dreams come true when you act to turn them into realities. You will never achieve your dreams if they don't become your goals. What do these quotations convey? Children, they say a person dreams high. That is, we set our goals. When we want to reach, what does the person do? He or she keeps the thoughts into actions. Now, children, is this the same message these quotes convey? Yes, they convey the same. Now, children, let's watch the video. Till here, you could know the difference between what a game is and what a sport is. A game involves group of players, while a sport involves a single player and his strategy. Now, children, let's watch the video.
I can. Yes, 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 I can.
Hey, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Are you ready? I can climb Everest. Yes, I can. I can fight here all night and never rest. Yes, I can. I was just born today. I can go all the way. Yes.
Hope you enjoyed the video. The video gave us the true spirit. I can do. Is it right or not? Now we all dream high, set our goals, and now our thoughts are in the direction of our goals. And then our thoughts become our actions. Shall we? Yeah, you agree with me. And now we are ready to set our goals, keep our goals into thoughts, and our thoughts are going to become our actions. Isn't it, children? Now look at the picture. Now, you look at this picture. Now you have seen such game. Can you name the game? Have you ever seen such game? Someone could prompt it as pole vaulting. Yeah, it is a pole vault game. Now, all of you open your textbooks for the reading section. Before the reading section begins, in the backdrop of the story, have you seen some words about Micheal Stone? They are nerve-wracking day, ultimate test of sports career, awe-inspiring achievement, breathless. These words tell us that there is a very anxious moment in the life of Micheal Stone. Children, you can call as Micheal Stone, Michael Stone, since it's a proper noun, you can call it any way. Now let's read. It could be a situation where Micheal Stone dreamed high and put his dreams into thoughts, and thoughts are going to become actions. Is it not true to this quote, children, which is there in your textbook on the face sheet? Now, this is a picture of astroturf. Now, these are some of the words you see in the lesson where you might have not come across. They could be passion, that is having a strong enthusiasm for it, recurring, that is repeatedly occurring, regimented, strict and organized, obsession, having only one plan in our mind, one goal in our mind, and our mind is filled with such particular thing that we try to keep our thoughts into actions in the direction of that particular goal. That is called as an obsession. Let's look at these questions. What is the name of this competition? It was the most challenging day of his pole vaulting career. Why is it a challenging day? People who were in the stands didn't leave even after the sport was completed. Is it because it was National Junior Olympics? Let's read and find out. Look at these phrases and sentences. A glass of cold water quenched his thirst but did not cool his intensity. His seat was as hot as the competition. All these support that it was really a challenging day of the competition, is it not? What was Micheal Stone's quest? It is really that is going to become true. It is a reality that is going to become true. His participation in National Junior Olympics, and he wants to add more details to his personal best. Do you agree with all this? Micheal's mother read him numerous stories. He could feel the chunks. There is something that is very important for all of us that I have underlined. Micheal's mother read him numerous stories. He could feel the chunks. Why can't he read? Why should his mother read him stories? Can you guess? He feels the rocks and chunks. Why? He could better see them, but he is feeling more than what he sees. There should be some reason. Please, if you can try, please try out. We shall come to these questions at the end of the talk. Now, children, can you see the picture of Micheal Stone? He is running on the chunks. You can see the ice, the way he runs. Now, you can see the picture of an eagle soaring in the air. In the textbook, you can see a phrase called soaring like an eagle. That means when Micheal Stone runs, you can imagine how fast as he runs. That's the reason why the writer used Micheal Stone is soaring like an eagle, or he has used the word called eagle to describe his running. Again, there is something for all of us that we need to think of. The most part of the text tells about his dad, and also in the next part you will see that something about his dad. Who is his dad? Mr. Birdstone, isn't it, children? Micheal's father was a hardcore realist. What does it mean? What was his father's principle? He believed in, as you see in the text, he believed in hard work, and his principle was, if you want something, work for it. Now, you can imagine how his father trained Micheal. The further part of the text tells us that his father was Micheal's coach and trainer. Now, just now you have seen Micheal and the writer using the word called eagle. That tells the trainer, his coach, his father, how he trained him. That's the reason why the writer has used the word hardcore realist. What is it, children? Hardcore realist. Now look at this question. Micheal began a very careful and regimented program at the age of 14. What's the age? At the age of 14. He did just that. What made him do that? He wanted his dreams into actions, and that was supported by his father as a coach and a trainer who wanted Micheal to have dedication, determination and discipline. This is the reason why the writer used the word regimented. Do you agree with me? Now, the same quotation, dream, dream and dream high, for dreams lead to thoughts and thoughts lead to actions. Now, can you understand that Micheal, he dreamed high? That, and this dreaming high, he put his dreams into thoughts, and these thoughts are going to be his actions. That's what we'll come to know. Let us see in the further part of the text. But till now, we came to know that his program was a regimented program, it was supported by his father, Birdstone, who was his coach and a trainer. That's the reason why, once again I emphasize, his father was a hardcore realist. Do you agree with me? Micheal shows persistence in striving for perfection was not only his obsession but his passion. There's a lot of meaning under this sentence. Micheal Stoll's persistence in striving for perfection was not only his obsession but also his passion. In the beginning of the story, in the beginning of my talk, in the glossary, I gave you what is obsession. Obsession is, children, where our mind is filled up with one plan, one thought. And we always think about how to make this thought into our action. Is this obsession what Micheal had in his dream? According to the quotation, is it not true? Here, children, and he also has a strong desire, which we call it as passion. For this obsession and passion to become, what did he have? He had perfection. And there is a line in the textbook, striving for perfection. Means time and again, constantly, he was always trying for this perfection. That's the reason why in the backdrop of the story also, he gave ultimate word. Since he was always striving for perfection, he gave the word awe-inspiring achievement also. Now you could come to know why did I underline these words at the beginning of the story. Let's look at the quotation on the chart. Once again, dream, dream and dream high, for dreams lead to thoughts and thoughts lead to actions. That's the reason why our textbook writers also kept this under our face sheet, because this is the final theme or the ultimate theme of our story. Now, does it stand true in its true height of its meaning and also in terms of Micheal's dream that he is striving to make it a reality, children? Yeah, you may agree with me. It's because he was striving for perfection. The two important words in these lines are obsession and passion. Having an obsession doesn't complete our dream, children. What should you have? You should also have a passion. So, having an obsession, how important it is, and having a passion also mean the same. So, to ultimately, when you wanted to make your dream also into an awe-inspiring achievement, also you should have an obsession and also a passion. Hope you could understand and you also agree with me. Now we all feel the answer could be true. Now let's look at this. You want something, work for it. It was said by his father, Birdstone. When did he say? It's very important for us, because generally in our household also, mother always grooms us, but father always is practical in many of our homes. This was told, or you want something, try for it, was told by his father. He told, when his mother wanted Micheal to relax. That's why Micheal underwent regimented training and pole vaulting career became his passion. See again, I wanted to underline once again. I underlined in my talk earlier also. Regimented training, because he was a practical man, Birthstone, his father, his coach, his trainer. See how practical he is. That's the reason why once again I say you, his father was a hardcore realist. That's why Micheal underwent regimented training. For what? Weightlifting program. For what? As a gymnast. Because you know, as you see in the chart, this pole vaulting requires the grace of a gymnast and also weightlifting. So, pole vaulting was his career. Not only his career, he made his passion. What was his parents' role? Mother encouraged psychologically. We came to know one sentence in the beginning, children. How did his mother encourage? She read him stories. Again, I say, she read him stories. Why did she read stories? Why can't Micheal read stories by himself? Again, a point of thing to be underlined. Next, Micheal's mother read him stories. There is a phrase used by our author, bird's eye view. That tells mother read stories in what way? Which had complete features. She made them aware. All the stories, she made him aware of all the facts which were there in the story. That added grace to the stories also. That's how mother encouraged Micheal Stone psychologically. And we were talking in our previous talk, many words we have seen, hardcore realist, which I repeatedly went on underlining it, that father was a hardcore realist. Means he was very practical in his approach. Although Micheal Stone was his son, but still regimented program, weightlifting program, hardcore realist, all this tell you father was very practical in his approach. Both parents played a very important role in their life. In their life as a part of, most part of Micheal's life. In what way? They fulfilled their role as parents. They also made dreams of Micheal Stone come true. Do you agree with me, all of you? We are also encouraged in a similar way most of the times. Isn't it, children? Your mother encourages one way, your father also encourages in another way. Sometimes the roles could be vice versa. Mother becomes practical, father grooms. So, it all depends upon the nature of the parents. But anyhow, we get full support and encouragement from our parents many of the times. Isn't it, children? Now, let's look at the Olympic records of Micheal Stone. In National Junior Olympics, 17 feet 2 inches and 17 feet 4 inches. 17 feet 16 and a half inches. Sorry, 17 feet 6 and a half inches. National and International Olympics. Now, in that part of the lesson, why I have shown Micheal Stone's Olympic records. In that part of the lesson, children, he heard the crowd groan. Again, he heard the crowd groan. What is groan? A loud noise made by the crowd who were sitting in the stands. And there was a sentence in the textbook where the people who were in the stands didn't leave even after the show was over. Again, there is something interesting thing which we are supposed to wait. Next, one more important thing to be underlined if you look into your textbook. He knew other Walter missed the jump. He seemed oblivious of the fact that he surpassed his personal best. This line tells you oblivious. Again in the glossary also, children, what is oblivious? Oblivious is unaware. Again, the writer doesn't use only unaware. He says he seemed unaware of the fact. Why should he seem unaware of the fact? He knew it. He was doing it. He was the person who was doing pole vaulting. And why should the writer use seemed oblivious of the fact? Again, fact is a truth. That he surpassed his personal best. Surpassed his personal best. Surpass means already there were some records, as I have shown you just now, as you have seen, as you are seeing in your textbook about your national Olympic records. Although those records he made, those records, still he surpassed his personal best. That tells you once again, we go back to the line, striving for perfection. Ultimate achievement. How inspiring achievement. All these tell you that Micheal Stone never kept quiet. He was always in the path of striving for perfection. That's the reason why, although he surpassed his personal best, he was not satisfied there. He continued with what? The three principles, what Mr. Birdstone, his father, told him. What were the three principles? Determination, dedication, and discipline. Now, you see the picture of an inflated landing mat. That means, in the picture as you have seen, even in your textbook as you see the 10th what is that stage where the person after doing gymnastics has to land on an inflated landing mat. Now children, have you watched this inflated landing mat? Yes, this inflated landing mat is on the mat on which the pole vaulting person or the person who involves in this pole vault or the person who plays the game of pole vault, in the final stage he has to land on this inflated landing mat. Now he seemed oblivious of the fact that he surpassed his personal best. What does it tell us? As I have told you already, that even though this 17 feet 6.5 Olympic record, already he made it, but still he was unaware of the fact. Means there is something for us we have to think over once again. Now the vaulter, before he begins gymnastic feat and flies, he has to run, and now in the test he feels the runway like a wet bale of hay. Again, very important children, wet bale of hay. When you go sometimes towards a farm side, or whenever there are some farms, you see a mound of a thick heap of hay. Now, whenever after the pole vaulting is over, whenever he was landing on that mat, he felt that it was a wet bale of hay. Wet bale of hay. This is a phrase which you would need to underline and talk with your teacher. Why did the writer use the runway like a wet bale of hay? Runway like a wet bale of hay. So we need to know it. It is a point to be discussed. As I told you, soaring like an eagle. Now once again I see he feels the runway like a wet bale of hay. And what is runway here? Before he takes a gymnastic feat or before he goes over the pole, he has to run for a certain distance, as generally athletics do. And you know, pole vaulting is also an athlete, or this athletics, or this Micheal Stone is also an athlete, as we have got in the beginning of the story. Look at these questions. Why did he take deep breaths? There are words like nervous, tense, anxiety, all these describe fear. How did he get rid of? Whom did he realize in his mind? Your answer could be to get rid of tension, as was told by his mother. Can you name his mother, children? She is Mildred Stone, is it not? He realized his mother's booting in his mind. This word you get when generally when a computer starts, we get booting. Booting is what? It's going to start up. So whenever he takes part in his pole vaulting, he could envision his mother. The word envision is given in the text. That means he could picturize his mother before his eyes. And she also told one important thing, that is, when you have fear, tension, when you are nervous, what should you do? You have to take deep breaths. Yes, and Micheal took what is that deep breaths before he could fly. How could he come to know, or how could he know it was the time to fly? How could he know that it was real and he wasn't dreaming? These are again some of the important things to answer. He could hear the singing of the robins in his flight. He could sense the purest and freshest air around him. Once again, children, again, he could hear everybody hears the singing of the robins. It's quite obvious and natural. But again, in the second line, he could sense the purest and freshest air around him. He could sense, we also sense purest and freshest air. But anywhere the writer did not use that he could see something like that. He could see the robins singing in the flight like this. But he said he could hear the singing of the robins. Now, look at these sentences. It was either the people in the stands or the thump of the landing mat brought Micheal to earth. See again, it was either the people in the stands or the thump of the landing mat. You have seen the landing mat just now, no? Right. Mat brought Micheal to earth. What he didn't know was that his father was hugging his wife. Who was his wife? Micheal Stone's mother, Mildred Stone, and crying the tears of pride. That means you can guess, children, that he has surpassed one more personal best of his life. It could be an international and national junior Olympic record. Once again, I would like to tell you all, he dreamed high, his dreams became his thoughts, and thoughts became his actions. Now you can see the practical man, Birdstone. He was hugging his wife, and that was not seen by Micheal Stone. Why, children? Why all this? What happened to Micheal? Let us see. There is something that is for us to understand. Let's think. It wasn't because he won Junior Olympics, and it wasn't because he had just increased his personal best. Then why? It wasn't because he won National Junior Olympics, and it wasn't because he had just increased his personal best. Then why? Now look at the last interesting and exciting fact about Micheal. He was blind. Now could you know, children, why that video was shown? And now you could understand why all these phrases were given in the text: appears, seems, senses, mother read him stories. Okay. Now, did he achieve the greatest accomplishment of his life? Obviously. Again, I would like to go back to the quote. What is that? Dream, dream, dream high. After you dream high, you have to put your dreams into thoughts and thoughts into actions. Now, if you recall the words heard, feel, the way he sensed, seemed, all these words were used by the writer to keep the most exciting fact in suspense. What is it, children? Micheal was blind. Now look at this quote once again. Does this quote appear true now? Did Micheal dream high? Did his dreams lead to thoughts, and his thoughts lead to actions? Yeah, your answer could be absolutely yes. Obviously, he reached high in his life. Now, tell me, children, Did Micheal reach true height in his life? Your answer could be obviously reached true height in his life. Now, is true height caption relevant to our story? Your answer could again be yes. Now, I have given you some home tasks. These home tasks are to be written in your notebooks. Later, you discuss with your teacher whether the title is suitable and relevant to the story, to Micheal's story. Did he really reach true height in his life? And children, do you want to dream high? If yes, do you set your goals today and achieve them? And do you want to achieve them? What should you do? You have to keep your thoughts into actions. What qualities of Micheal inspire you? Take the help of your teacher while doing the following task. Find out the idiomatic phrases in the lesson. Identify metaphors and similes. There was a metaphor used, majesty of an eagle. What is a metaphor? If you know, it's okay. Otherwise, discuss with your teacher. Micheal was soaring with the majesty of an eagle. Identify the figure of speech. Discuss with your teacher how this title is true to the life of Micheal Stone. List out the metaphors, similes and idiomatic phrases. Once again I tell you, they are very important. At this moment, friends, I know you want to dream high, and I pray God that your dreams should lead to thoughts and thoughts lead to actions. May God bless you in all your endeavors of dreaming high, putting your dreams into thoughts and your thoughts into actions. Thank you SCERT, thank you Mana TV, teachers, friends, bye-bye. Thank you Google, thank you YouTube for your visuals, videos and images. Thank you very much.